Have you ever wondered who is the strongest kaiju in the entire Kaiju No. 8 series? If your first guess is the one named after the series itself, well, by the time we reach the end of this video, you might just change your mind. But before we get started, there are a few things to keep in mind. First off, we'll be ranking a total of 15 kaiju, but we don't have any solid information on kaijus number 3, 5, and 7, so we'll be excluding them. Secondly, we'll also be ranking the users who wield the kaiju-derived weapons. And third, we'll be using a tier system that goes from S+, the absolute strongest, all the way down to D, the weakest. Now with that out of the way, here's a quick rundown of how kaiju work in this world. You see, every kaiju possesses unique abilities through a special organ called the uni-organ. The Defense Force extracts this organ to craft powerful weapons, but no matter how different they are, all kaiju share one common trait, their core. Destroying it is the only way to truly defeat them. And finally, a kaiju's strength is measured by its fortitude level. For example, a kaiju with a fortitude of 6.0 is so powerful that even a captain or vice captain would struggle in a one-on-one battle. Keep that number in mind. It's going to come in handy when we start breaking down their power levels. Now, let's begin with Kaiju No. 1. According to Director General Isao Shinomiya, Kaiju No. 1 was a fearsome kaiju whose attacks were inescapable. Kaiju No. 1's retina allowed it to see through other living things and pinpoint their weak spots, as well as giving it enhanced vision. This gives the user a kind of combative precognition by being able to know in advance what an opponent is about to do. Basically, in simple words, it's like Sharingan. You can predict and see everything. As for its fortitude level, it was over 9. Kaiju No. 1 was defeated long ago, and its powers are now wielded by 1st Division Captain Gen Narumi. Though Kikoru is also compatible with the No. 1 weapon, we'll talk more about her when we get to the kaiju she's most suited for. Also, to let you know, after a kaiju is weaponized, its overall power decreases. The user doesn't get the full might of the kaiju itself, only its core ability and a few extra perks depending on compatibility. Now, Gen Narumi is arguably the strongest active member of the Defense Force, known widely as Japan's strongest anti-kaiju combatant. He's famous for his insane combat skills and for drawing out an incredible 98% of his combat suit's power, something only a handful of fighters have ever achieved. Though he never managed to surpass his mentor, Isao Shinomiya, Gen kept evolving. He awakened the RT-0001 weapon to read enemy movements and later pushed it further, upgrading it to the point where he could literally see the future. With that kind of precognition, alongside his strength, speed, and durability, he was able to take on top-tier kaiju like No. 11, who also had a fortitude level above 9. However, this ability comes with its drawbacks. Prolonged use puts immense strain on the user's eyes, even causing them to bleed. And while the precognition is powerful, the weapon isn't particularly strong in terms of raw physical force. So, with all that considered, I'm placing both Kaiju No. 11 and Gen Narumi in the A tier. Well, before we move ahead, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, what are you waiting for? Go on, click it. Next, we have Kaiju No. 2. No. 2's strength is the stuff of legend. It was a high fortitude Dai Kaiju, likely with a fortitude level well above 9, and was considered a monumental threat. The abilities it possessed, later transferred into its numbers weapon, included immense physical strength, earth-shattering sonic waves, and concentrated energy blasts. Its power was so overwhelming that even in weapon form, it could go toe-to-toe with Kaiju No. 8 in his strongest state. That alone speaks volumes about how terrifying the original kaiju must have been. Now, the man who wields this beast's power is none other than Isao Shinomiya, Director General of the Defense Force and widely hailed as the strongest soldier in its history. His fighting style involved channeling all the energy from his lower body into his fists, massively amplifying the impact of his blows. When synchronized with Kaiju No. 2's abilities, he became a one-man army. In fact, Isao fought Kafka while he was in his berserk kaiju form, and according to the persons watching them, it looked like two kaiju with fortitude levels above 8 were clashing head-on. Using No. 2's powers, Isao broke through Kafka's hardened shell, nearly destroying him completely and leaving only his core intact. But that's not all. Kaiju No. 2 was incredibly durable. Even Kafka's punches couldn't break through it. Isao himself admitted, without No. 2's shield, I would have been a goner by now. And let's not forget No. 2's signature move, its sonic boom attack. When Isao and Kafka's punches collided, the resulting shockwave obliterated a shelter designed to withstand fortitude level 10 10 kaiju. And here's the kicker, Isao wasn't even at full release at the time. But during his fight with Kaiju number 9, Isao completely overwhelmed number 9, who outright admitted even my powered-up body couldn't properly withstand that attack. So for Isao and number 2, both deserve S rank.